My name's Guy Kesterman. I've been a professional bike and kit tester for nearly 25 years. And if you look behind me, Sheffield locals might recognise we're at the bottom of on the Blacker Trails where I tested the Cotic jet. Because today I'm with Si from Cotic again. What's that you're riding, Si?
Shh. Might have a battery.
That's a big down tube, isn't it, mate?
It's a big down tube.
Yeah, so obviously this is, I mean, it's November 2021. If this comes out when they launch, according to Shimano, they're going to launch in...
End of 23.
Yeah, so who knows if this video format will even be supported or YouTube will even be a thing. I might have been chased off it well before then. But anyway, Si's invited me down to have a very prelim and yeah, just going to chat, get some riding in and...
Try and ride up stupid things.
Yeah, and down stupid things.
Yeah,
right then.
Flashing.
Let's go e-biking, sir.
We go all the way down.
Well, should we go right and up to the top and then do that one? You're going to, because otherwise we'll run into Little White Dog. Back on Si's home trails. Again, this is where we film the jet, and basically this platform is based on the jet, so 140 rear, 140 rear, isn't it, Si? And then 150 front. Shimano steps. E8000, 630 watt hour battery. But the big difference, sorry, yeah, steps EB8. Oh, and I haven't downloaded the latest software for my e-bike chat. Biggest difference though, Si, what's it made of?
Aluminium.
Come on then, explain yourself.
Well, you need... Oh,
I'm videoing it for posterity, mate.
yes.
So, what's your initial impression besides that?
Fucking
So this is John Horscroft, and he's just spotted what size riding.
I like the look of it because I like Pat's Levo SL. It doesn't look too chunky, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing for me.
So have you done anything dynamically with the frame to try and make it feel like steel?
No.
That was a short answer. Because I was wondering if those like smaller stays and stuff.
Oh, well, the
Or is that just your thing?
suspension is... That's just because it's got like it. You know it works.
Yeah.
I understand the dynamics. Hey, I don't know whether it's going to be stiff enough, but it's been good.
Yeah, I was dragging it along the curb outside your house.
Yeah, I don't...
And that normally, that's one of the better tests. So I'm guessing you're vibing off the Rocket in terms of diameter and tubing and stuff like that.
Yes, this is yes, it's basically it's slightly different pivot points, but yeah, the tubes and fittings are all Rocket Max. But it'll but yeah, we'll still double check everything before,
Yeah.
you know, before it goes to production. But
So it's just the seat stays,
just the six.
or the coticizing bits. That's the coticizer, isn't it? That stay.
The chain stays and the dropouts are the same as the normal bikes, even though
Yeah.
they're aluminium, because that's a read across. It was just we had to do a completely new seat stay head to
Bring it up over the motor.
package it all around the yoke. So yeah, that was which was not the work of a minute. So yeah, everything's in a slightly different place, but like all of the fittings and everything will be the same as the drop link bikes, because like I say, it works, and
Yeah.
reliability is important.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the reasons.
And geometry, pretty much.
Geometry is pretty much, as it stands, is pretty much jet.
I have to say, it feels really good. I mean, there's nothing that's really kind of sumped the motor and battery down, but it doesn't feel too taut. Oh, I'm used to riding with specs. Get really wet eyes. Forgot them, amongst other things. But yeah, it's not standing up, it's drifting nicely. Right, this is where I crashed last time. So try not to hit that tree. So what's the seat angle on these now, Si?
At the moment, it's just on yours. It's just about 75-ish at the saddle.
Yeah.
But it'll be 76 in production.
Yeah.
I actually feel it even more with these because you get the kick and you feel like you want your weight even further forward.
Yeah. Because it's so likely to lift the front end if you're not careful. There we go. Nice and agile. And Si has deliberately put quite a lot of anti-squat in these bikes, so you get a really good feel for the ground through the pedals, so you can actually balance them on that bike point really nicely, and they stay stood up under power so they don't kind of collapse and take that feedback away. I still feel like you're really involved with getting the bike up climbs. I think it's vital for a bike that's going to be used for technical climbing. Too many mushy e-bikes where you just kind of sit and let the motor do everything. I mean, that might be what you want, but it's not for me. I like to use an e-bike to increase what I can climb rather than just ignore the climbs, if you see what I mean. And typically for Si, it's gone with a relatively tall BB, so there's plenty of room under your pedals for steps and step ups, because he does ride a lot of rocky stuff like this. You know, this is his bread and butter around here in Chef, and it is nice not to have to worry about tapping out. Damn it. Over these little rocks just means I can go straighter. Does make it a little harder to drop into sections. Did notice it was standing up a little bit coming down this in terms of a lower BB bike, but all geometry is a compromise. And I think for a mid-travel all-dayer, having that crank clearance, that's definitely going to help for pedallers. And it's an open trough down tube as well. You know, Si hasn't gone for a tubular setup like the white, so that needs to be quite a heavy, bulky piece to get the strength in there. Part of it's just a case of what's available from the vendors he's using. You know, it's obviously small company, it's Cotic, so there's a limit to how much investment and tweaking about he can do. He's going to be grinning about losing the back end like that, I'm sure. This is proper, and the suspension is superb. Wait. Hey. Straight line. It's funny. So straight line and everything going down, but doesn't straight line it on the climbs. I'm the opposite way up. Holds the line really well, but you got some traction forgiveness from that white yellow semi-steel back end as well, so definitely got a real Cotic vibe to it, even with that massive alloy mainframe. That stay at the back, but really kind of Cotic-sizes things. Woo! Wait! Did not want to get that side of that rut, but I did. Come on, there we go. Yeah, she still leans. Might be slacking along, but still get that knee involved, get around when it gets tight and twisty. I think my peak's drooped though, so I'm guessing you're only seeing the floor. You schooled me there, mate. Mate, that was a massive kick out.
Oh man, I thought I was out the front door then.
Oh, I hope I got that on film.
It just happened. That little bank is a perfect berm, and
Yeah.
I was literally just about to force the front of the bike in, and the back kicked. And
Boom!
whoa, that was wild.
Because you're running Mullet, yeah?
Yeah,
So 27 by 2.8.
yeah,
Whereas I'm on double 29.
yes.
So now we're going to swap around.
Yeah, we're going to swap around. Yeah, so the idea is the production bikes will actually be designed around the 2.5, like a regular
Yeah.
27.5 tyre, 2.5, 2.6. It's just that the 2.8 is a bit taller and doesn't make the geometry change quite
Right.
so drastic.
Yeah.
But you get the idea. So yeah, we'll swap over and see what you think.
Sweet. Swapping wheels out, but
Yeah.
we need to have a look at that sump guard. Look at that. That's proper trials bash guard, is that? That's a little more sturdy than the standard Shimano, eh?
Well, it's not plastic for a start.
Yeah. We're keeping that then, Si?
Yeah, I think we might just take a little bit of the edge off the,
Yeah.
because it is, you know, that's you can cut, you know, you
Yeah,
can
that's
just
kind of
really
more than you
catch
need,
that,
isn't it,
but,
really?
yeah, we might just make it a little bit snugger profile, but
Yeah. Get some titanium on there so it sparks. Titanium upgrade.
wow, maybe on the platinum build.
Exactly. The steampunk version.
Yeah, with the brass fitting.
Right, so we're on Mullet now. It's a bit bigger than the bikes that actually run production. It's a 2.8, just so the geometry is similar. I think it's a little bit slacker and lower, but not much. Whereas production bikes will be running a 2.5, 2.6. So far, if anything, it just doesn't feel quite as lively. Feels a little bit firmer through the bigger carcass. Don't know if they're running equal pressures, but if they are, I'd expect this to feel a bit stiffer with a larger volume, because the way tyre pressures work. Si still with us? Similar pressures, Si? Similar pressures?
On the tyre?
Yeah.
No, that's gone to 17, this is running 21.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's just the insert in there. Keep it straight. Really well planted. Oh, a little bit of a bounce there when I said that. Typical. Curse of the camera. Let's get a little further forward. Up over this section. Let's go this way then. I've done it on the jet though. Yeah. I've got 100% record to keep. Oh, I'm out the trough. Oh, keep it straight. Come on, wee! Bike point balance there. Just about held it. It's interesting. Counterintuitively, I guess a larger volume, a wider rim. I think insert in there. But the back end does feel more numb now. It's not doing that little pop-up off the top of steps, which I actually quite liked on the 29er. And even though the outside diameter is probably very similar, doesn't feel like I'm quite getting the rollover either. Oh. All right. Oh, not at all. So how are you feeling that's working, Si? Now you're on the 29er.
Well, steeper seat over is nice, but I'm feeling the rear tyre slipping more, but then this rear tyre isn't the best.
Yeah.
It's had better days.
Yeah. Feels a bit skippy and more lively, to be honest, on that 29 for me. it feels stiffer and more inert currently.
Yeah, I mean, I think for climbing, the 29 is, you know, the geo's a bit steeper, got a bit more ground clearance. So, it'll be...
It's probably lighter as well with the Trail Boss. And has that got an insert in as well?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it will...
And this is a Fortus rear wheel.
Yes, it is.
So that weighs as much as the rest of the bike put together.
There's an element of that, yes.
Actually, I don't think it's 35. Is it 35?
It's 35, so it's not...
They're not too bad, actually.
It's not as heavy as the 30, ironically.
And much lighter than the 25.
So yeah, but yeah, it's a big old tyre and
Yeah.
what have you. So yes, it's a little bit more weight. So yeah, this does feel a bit more lively going up, but
We shall see.
but then we'll...
See how you explode this corner again on the way down. Right, so just trying it out on some flatter, swoopier stuff to see how that mullet makes a difference to the back end. I have to say, I definitely noticed there's a lot more drag, and this is a much bigger, toothier tyre than the Trail Boss on the 29er bike, but it's definitely more drag slowing it down. But yeah, that nice turning, hanging off, moto style. Cheers, Si. Getting my butt right over. That's definitely happening more with the Mullet. Just drops that rear axle lower. Yeah, it's kind of works like a cornering fuse. Although it's not breaking away, it's still making it easier to turn the bars in, get that extra weight lent over. Yeah, plenty of grip on flatter, looser turns still. Afternoon. Cheers. Whee! Interesting, yeah, definitely just flicked it sideways there. Definitely went a lot further on the Mullet bike. Yeah, it's just stepping out more. Just definitely drifting more through the turns. Sorry, I failed in my promise to get your gate for you.
Yeah,
it's interesting. Were you just more chilled out down there than previously?
What?
Were you just more chilled out down there than previously?
What?
So that seems to be easy, staying with you easier.
I'm finding the bike a bit of a handful, to be honest.
Interesting.
I just nearly cashed my chips again.
Yeah, because it didn't look like anything, but it's just skitting around more, is it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's yeah, it is funny.
It's a hell of a lot slower rolling, is this? That I have noticed.
Oh right, interesting. I'm not really...
As we just levelled out at the top.
Oh really?
Yeah. I did my little show of strength up to the gate, and then you pushed on after the gate, and I was like, oh, that'll learn you. Oh. I actually stopped when you set off and had a cheeky spin of the back wheel. It's like, oh, it's not that one. So this will be really interesting. To see how this feels. Definitely feels more hunkered down, but you told me the motor wasn't working. I'd almost be inclined to believe you in terms of the rolling speed. But yeah, really calm now through that back end. As you can see, I'm a lot closer to side, and even so, I feel like I've got a lot more in reserve still. I mean, I've let a bit of pressure out. I mean, he's hopping and popping across, I'm just ploughing, pure and simple. there we go, hit that line. Didn't hit that one before. Bit nervous of it. Whoa, wait. Yeah, it's still on. That was a classic mullet moment. Turned in there. It actually turned in a lot tighter than I was expecting. Bike really tucked underneath me, which is the whole point. But interestingly, that, whoa, wow. Okay, so actually feels like front end's kicking around a lot more, which actually disturbed the dynamic in terms of the fork and suspension balance. I'm very aware I now have a pike on the front, not a Zeb. It actually feels like the back of the bike is very much in control. I love testing bikes. It's bloody fascinating. Come on. But yeah, look at that. I can hunker that down more and start making ground back up on side through that section. It was long gone before, just turning in tighter, leaning harder. Oh, it's a fascinating process, this. It really is. So, I think I filled a full card of just random kind of riding, chatting, thoughts about bikes, meeting John. Just a whole lot of good stuff from about e-bikes and riding in general. So, the Lord knows what we're going to do with this footage. It might be 2 years before anyone even sees it anyway. But massive thanks to Si for his time, for letting me come down here for a first ride.
Massive thanks to you, Guy, for lending me your ear and your experience.
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, there's so much to talk about, isn't there? It's a whole next level.
It's a lot to
It's
unpack.
not just, but especially if you're doing it properly. I mean, you can just buy a frame off the shelf and go for it.
Yeah.
But nah. It's still got to be a Cotic, hasn't it?
That's got to be.
I'm impressed. I'm really. That's the big takeaway.
That's
is
really,
how Cotic it feels,
That's really.
and how rideable it still feels. How engaging. It's not. It's in no way dumbed down. It's just more Cotic for more time.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's just like you're saying, you know. Oh right, now we can go up here, can't we? I mean, you're still new to the whole
Yeah,
kind
I'm
of
still figuring it out.
enablement
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it does. It expands what you can do as a rider. It doesn't kind of,
Yeah.
I know, downgrade it.
No.
It doesn't make it.
I'm really tired as well. It's not the. It's not.
Oh
the
yeah,
easy
it beats
option.
the bejesus out of you. Yeah, you get hungry. Yeah. Lunch is definitely happening next. So yeah, thanks to Si, thanks to Zero Cycling, thanks to my Patreon supporters who subscribe on a monthly basis and get exclusive, extended, and early behind-the-scenes edits ad-free as a thank you. But thanks to Petey's and thanks to Crud as well. And yeah, subscribe, click for notifications. Give it a thumbs up. This is really bizarre because I don't know if this comes out, this is even going to be a thing anymore. I might be on TikTok or something terrifying. But hey, who knows? I'm here today at the birth of a new bike for Cotic, and that's damn exciting. So, thanks for watching. Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I normally say something about Guy Kest on Guy Kest TV, but yeah, that's Si. I'm Guy.
Yeah.
That's the new Cotic e-bike. It's dead exciting. Ta-ra!